Nope. Nope. No. All right. So looking at this on 3.1e, I'm just going to go through 4 examples. It's only going to be 4 problems. It's going to be short. You can get it done today in class if you're not way behind.
How many letters in 3.1 are there?
5.
Okay.
So this is the last. But I go through like G or H in the next section. All right. So 1 over sine squared of x minus 1. Okay. If you were told to simplify this, where would you start? You have a fraction and something that's not a fraction. How about we make a couple fractions? So it's 1 over sine squared of x minus sine squared of x over sine squared of x, which is 1 minus sine squared of x over sine squared of x. What's 1 minus sine squared of x? So it's cosine squared of x over cosine squared of x. We can leave it like that. I'm fine like that. Or you could also say, well, this is cotangent squared of x. Either way, I don't care. Cosine to the 4th of x minus cosine squared of x over cosecant squared of x. Where do you think we start? Have we seen a cosine to the 4th on our note card? No. So it'd be nice if we wouldn't see that. Can we split these up? Yeah, you can factor out a cosine squared of x. Which, if we factor out the greatest common factor, what are we left with? Cosine squared of x minus 1. Cosecant squared. What's the reciprocal of that? One over sine squared of x. All right. What's cosine squared of x minus 1 equal to? No, it's not equal to sine squared of x. It's negative sine squared of x. How do I know that? Because you look at the Pythagorean identity of sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1, and you solve it. So you subtract sine squared from each side, subtract 1 from each side, cosine squared of x minus 1 equals negative sine squared of x. Now we have a complex fraction. What do? Multiply by sine squared of x. So in the end, we get negative sine to the 4th of x cosine squared of x being multiplied together, and that is our final answer. Our next one is negative 1 minus cotangent squared of x over cosecant squared of x. This is ridiculously easy if you see it. If you see it, this is ridiculously easy. It's not 1, but you're really close. Why would it be -1? So it's a Pythagorean identity going on there on top, right? If we do what? If we factor out a -1 on top, we get 1 plus cotangent squared of x, correct? And what's 1 plus cotangent squared of x equal to? Cosecant squared of x. Which is -1. Looking at this one, again, like the last couple problems, we have to think factor. What are we going to factor here? Take out a sign. Mia, if you take out a sign, what are we left with? Cosine squared of x plus sine squared of x. Thank you, all you Mias. You did a good job. What's my denominator going to be? 1 over sine of x. What's cosine squared plus sine squared? 1. So I have sine of x times 1 over sine of x. No, you cannot cancel. It's a complex fraction, so we multiply by the denominator of the denominator. So if we multiply by sine of x down here, we have to multiply by sine of x here. Is sine of x times sine of x cancel? No, sine of x times sine of x is sine squared of x.